Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's talk about something super important, your heart health. Did you know that heart disease is a leading cause of death worldwide? But many heart problems can be prevented or treated early on. We're going to dive deep into the top 10 signs that your heart might be in trouble. We're not just talking about the obvious stuff. We're going beyond the surface to uncover those sneaky symptoms you might easily miss. Before we jump in, hit that like button to show your support and share this video with your loved ones. Now let's get started. A lot of people think heart problems only happen to older folks, but that's not always the case. It's crucial to listen to your body and be aware of any unusual changes, no matter your age. Early detection is key when it comes to heart health. Ignoring these early warnings is like hitting the snooze button on a potentially serious issue. These early signs are like your body's warning lights, and it's up to us to pay attention. So what are some of these early warning signs? Stay tuned as we uncover them one by one throughout this video. Now let's talk about those sneaky symptoms that often fly under the radar. These are the ones that people tend to brush off or attribute to something else entirely. For instance, have you been feeling more tired than usual lately? I mean that bone-deep exhaustion that just doesn't seem to go away. This could be a sign that your heart is working harder than it should. Or maybe you've noticed that you're getting winded more easily during physical activity. Something as simple as climbing a flight of stairs shouldn't leave you gasping for air. If you find yourself struggling to catch your breath, it's essential to get it checked out. It's easy to dismiss them as nothing, but it's always better to err on the side of caution when it comes to your heart. Let's zoom in on shortness of breath for a moment because it's a big one. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, it can't deliver oxygen to your body as effectively. This can leave you feeling short of breath, especially during physical activity. But here's the thing, shortness of breath can also strike when you're at rest, and that's a major red flag. If you find yourself struggling to breathe even when you're just relaxing on the couch, it's crucial to seek medical attention immediately. The sooner you address any potential heart issues, the better your chances of a positive outcome. Sign number 3, chest pain. Alright, let's talk about the big one, chest pain. Now, when we think of heart problems, chest pain is often the first thing that springs to mind. But here's the thing, chest pain can manifest in different ways. It's not always the crushing elephant on the chest sensation that you see in the movies. Sometimes it's more of a tightness, pressure, or a burning sensation. And it's not always localized to the left side of the chest either. You might feel it in your back, jaw, arms, or even your stomach. If you experience any type of chest pain, especially if it's severe, persistent, or accompanied by other symptoms like shortness of breath, sweating, or nausea, seek medical support immediately. Now, number 4, fatigue and weakness. We touched on fatigue earlier, but let's delve a little deeper into why it's such a crucial sign. When your heart is struggling, it has to work harder to pump blood throughout your body. This extra workload can leave you feeling drained and exhausted. Fatigue related to heart problems can be persistent and debilitating. It's not the kind of tiredness that goes away after a good night's sleep. If you're constantly feeling worn out, it's essential to get it checked out. Your body is trying to tell you something, so listen up. Number 5, irregular heartbeat. Now let's talk about your heart's rhythm. Your heart should beat in a steady, rhythmic pattern. But sometimes you might notice that your heart is racing, fluttering, or skipping a beat. An occasional irregular heartbeat is usually harmless, especially if you've had a lot of caffeine or you're feeling stressed. But if you experience frequent or persistent palpitations, it's crucial to see a doctor. An irregular heartbeat could be a sign of a condition called atrial fibrillation, or AFib, which increases your risk of stroke. You know, our bodies are pretty amazing, but sometimes they do things that make us scratch our heads. Take swelling, for instance. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, it can cause fluid to build up in your body, especially in your legs, ankles, and feet. This fluid retention can lead to swelling, which is known as edema. If you notice persistent swelling in your lower extremities, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like shortness of breath or fatigue, it's essential to see a doctor. Your body is constantly sending you signals. Pay attention and decipher what those signals mean. Number 7, persistent coughing. You might be surprised to learn that a persistent cough could be a sign of heart trouble. We're not talking about the occasional cough here. We're talking about a persistent cough that just won't quit, especially if it's accompanied by wheezing or shortness of breath. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, it can cause fluid to back up into your lungs, leading to a chronic cough. If you have a nagging cough that just won't go away, don't ignore it. It could be your heart's way of trying to tell you something. Number 8, nausea and appetite. Alright, let's talk about something we all experience from time to time. Nausea and changes in appetite. These symptoms can be caused by a whole host of things, from a stomach bug to food poisoning. But did you know that they can also be signs of heart trouble? When your heart isn't functioning properly, it can affect your digestive system, leading to nausea, vomiting, and a lack of appetite. If you experience persistent nausea or a sudden decrease in appetite, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, or fatigue, it's crucial to see a doctor right away. Trust me, it's a legitimate concern. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I know it can be overwhelming. But here's the good news. Taking care of your heart doesn't have to be complicated. One of the most important things you can do is get regular checkups. Think of it like taking your car in for maintenance. During a checkup, your doctor will check your blood pressure, cholesterol, and other important markers of heart health. They can also identify any potential problems early on, when they're easiest to treat. Prevention is always better than cure. So make sure you're staying up to date on your checkups. Outrow, don't ignore the signs, protect your heart. That's it for today's video. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Remember, knowledge is power, and by spreading awareness, we can help protect the ones we love. If you're experiencing any of the symptoms we discussed today, please don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional. Your health is your most valuable asset, so don't take any chances. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, taking care of your heart is one of the best investments you can make in your future. Until next time, stay healthy and keep those hearts pumping strong.